I'll give you the spoiler right away. Fitbit Charge 6 is the best fitness tracker in the market today. No catch. Amazing 8 to 10 battery life. It tracks your steps, activity, heart rate, sleep, exercises automatically. It's accurate and the data is well presented. And all for half the price of most wearables, around $150. If that's all the information you need, you can order the Fitbit Charge 6 and you'll definitely be happy about it, like me. Now, for more details, hi, this is Anjana and welcome to the Tech Girl channel. Recently, due to the focus on my work and my toddler, I had been ignoring my health. Working long hours, sitting at my desk, not moving much, no exercise, staying up late to catch up some TV shows, and skipping some restful sleep. And the effects started showing. So I decided to make some meaningful changes to my lifestyle for good. Eat healthy, sleep better, exercise more, and I needed a tracker to see the results as well as to keep me motivated. I already have an Apple Watch, which I love, but the biggest problem is it has hardly 1 day of battery life. I can't even track my day and sleep with one charge. And when I take it out to charge, I leave it on the charger, forgetting to wear it back again and not tracking anything for days. So I researched to find a good fitness tracker which basically does 3 things for me. One, has at least 5 days of battery life, so I don't have to take it out constantly to charge. Second, give me a decent tracking data like steps, exercise and sleep. And third, an affordable price. I'm testing the Fitbit Charge 6 and the Oura Ring, which I think will cover my needs. But I have to say, Charge 6 has checked all 3 boxes and possibly more. I will happily recommend this to anyone who is looking for a decent health tracker. It does have an optional premium subscription, but you're not missing out much if you don't get it. And I will talk more about it later in this video. So what's so good about this Charge 6? Let's start with the build quality and design. It's like a small watch, comes in 3 different colors, has a small screen, a haptic button on the side and some sensors on the back. The strap is made of silicone and I guess it's pretty comfortable to wear for a longer duration. The screen is a touchscreen, shows time, basic metrics like steps taken, heart rate, exercise minutes, and others. The watch face is customizable too, but the collections are not as much as the Apple Watch. The tracker itself is pretty solid, it's waterproof and comfortable to wear for days together. You can get third-party straps like these on Amazon, and the straps are easily swappable too. Overall, nothing fancy, but the build is solid and great quality for its price. Let's talk about its features. The biggest feature, in my opinion, is its battery life. Even Fitbit on their website states 7-day battery life, but I have been wearing this tracker 24/7 and I've gotten 8 to 10 days of battery life. And that is amazing. I initially thought that 7-day battery life means it's not tracking a lot of data, but I was wrong. It tracks so much of my health data continuously, like 24/7 heart rate, steps, auto-detecting exercises, active minutes, HRV, sleep stages, and so much more. Still giving over 7 days comfortably. Even better than the Oura Ring. What all metrics does it track? And what good is a fitness tracker if it doesn't track it right? It tracks steps with decent accuracy. I tried walking 100 steps counting with the Fitbit. At the end of the 100 steps, Fitbit said I walked 106 steps, sometimes 104 and sometimes 110. But it was very close depending on my stride. The app also estimates the distance walked and calories burned throughout the day, which is nice. I will talk more about the app where all this data is shown, which is a big part of fitness tracker experience. It also tracks my heart rate 24/7. I compared it with Apple Watch, which is considered to be pretty accurate, and the heart rate was spot on every single time. And it also tells what zone my heart rate has been throughout the day. If I want to, I can record my ECG by holding both sides of the Charge 6 and the app will tell me if I have an irregular rhythm. The health factor which required the most improvement, at least for me, was my sleep. The Charge 6 automatically detects and tracks my sleep. I again compared the sleep tracking to the Apple Watch and they both agree pretty well in terms of when I went to sleep, when and what my sleep stages were, etc. Even if I take a nap during the day, it automatically detects them and gives me a breakdown. Again, the app is where you convert all these raw data into meaningful, actionable items, and we will get there shortly. Fitbit can auto-detect your workouts, or you can manually start one on the screen. If you're doing an outdoor activity like walk or run, it also has GPS and can show you a GPS map with all the data, where your run was, what was your pace, your heart rate during the workout, your oxygen levels, etc. If you're using YouTube Music, and since Fitbit is under Google, you can control your YouTube Music through the Fitbit itself. Unfortunately, this is only for YouTube Music and it just controls the playlist on the phone. It doesn't have internal storage to save songs, so you still need your phone while working out. But the good part is there is an extensive list of workouts to choose from, and if you forget, it auto-detects the workout and saves it for you. It has Google Wallets built in for NFC payments, Find My Phone feature which actually works, and Google Map directions. Since it's Google company again, know that you still need to start the navigation on your phone. The Fitbit will simply show the next navigation on your Fitbit. Battery life is good, it's tracking a bunch of stuff, and build quality is again great. But there is one important factor when considering a fitness tracker. That's how the data is presented to you and how it helps you make meaningful changes to your health. The Apple Watch is very accurate and it tracks so much data. But the bad part is the Apple Health app gives all that raw data, which I honestly don't know what I should do with it. I can't take action to improve because I don't know whether the HRV, the sleep stage or exercise zones are showing good or bad. I'm not sure if I'm overdoing it or I'm doing too little. Fitbit app is actually doing a great job on this part, to be honest. First, it gives me a readiness score every morning which takes into account my sleep that night, my resting rate, my exercise and workout and my previous day to know if I should take it slow or push this day. Each metric individually is meaningless to me unless Fitbit combines them to tell me what I should be doing that day. I'll tell you how this has helped me change my health for good. It shows me the factors affect my body the most. If I eat a late or heavy meal the previous day, even though I sleep 8 hours, my heart rate would still be high for most of the night, not giving my body to rest and recover. It shows up in my readiness score the next day. Meanwhile, intense exercise the previous day affects it a bit, but not to the extent of a heavy late meal. Now I know what my body responds to and what I should change. This doesn't happen with Apple Watch. Even for sleep, it breaks down my sleep into sleep stages, which even the Apple Watch does, but the Fitbit gives me much more meaningful information. I can benchmark and see my restful sleep against my age group. I can see my sleep trend, sleeping schedule over a period of time, my sleeping heart rate, my restfulness and much more. If all these are still too much data, there is again a sleep score to tell me in one number how my overall sleep was and which part I need to improve. And more importantly, there is a personal trend and personalized suggestion for every single metric in this app, which has been very useful for me. Another great thing about this Fitbit app is that the whole page is super customizable. I can sort and bring things to exactly where I want and what is more important to me. I have everything I would like to see every morning up top in this card. One glance and I know everything I need to know. There are two things which can be improved though. First, there is an optional premium Fitbit subscription. I think it comes around $6 a month when you get the yearly plan. Paying for a device plus the subscription seems a bit excessive, but the good part is over 80% of the tracking is available for free. You don't need the subscription at all. For example, sleep tracking is free, while sleep tracking with sleep stages is premium. Their website has the list of premium features, and if you don't need the premium feature, it is possible to make the Fitbit work without the extra cost, unlike Oura Ring where the app is unusable without the subscription. My second issue is the Fitbit data is not synced with Apple Health app. I know Fitbit is a Google company now and they are competitors, but there are some good features within Apple Health which I can really use if the data syncs from Fitbit. There are third-party apps which can export and push Fitbit data to Apple's Health, but at this point I just stopped doing that and relying solely on the Fitbit app. It definitely would have been a nice feature to have. Okay, who is this Fitbit for and who is it not for? For everyday users who are getting into health tracking and decent accuracy, Fitbit is a gem in this category for its price. You cannot find a better device at this price point, at this battery life, with so many health tracking and workout features. At this level of accuracy, you can't go wrong with the Charge 6. But who is this device not for? If you're an athlete or a pro who can figure out all the raw data yourself, if you want specific detailed sport tracking like running, swimming, strength training, and need sophisticated training data, then there are better, more focused devices out there specific to your needs. Or simply if you don't want to watch form, then there are some other devices like the Whoop or Oura Ring. But for everyone else, the Fitbit is gold. Okay, hope it was a helpful video. If you already own a Fitbit, comment down in the comment section what is your favorite feature about it. I'll see you all in the next one. This is Anjana. Bye-bye.